Can't see it, right? And they control that from over there. We're just waiting to call legislator McCabe on the virtual. He's there. It's not, let's do it. Okay. The April 21st, 2025 meeting of the Agenda Charter Committee will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Chairwoman Barnhart.
Here.
Chairwoman Barnhart is present. Mr. Baines. Mr. Baines is present. Mr. Blankley. Mr. Blankley is present. Mr. Brew. Mr. Brew is present. Mr. Chardy. Mr. Chardy is present. Mr. Long.
Here.
Mr. Long is present. Mr. McCabe.
Here.
Mr. McCabe is present. Mr. Morris. Mr. Morris is present. Mr. Udelson. Mr. Udelson is present.
Is there anyone signed up for the public forum?
There is not.
The next item on the agenda is the approval of. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Schnur.
You will have 2 minutes in which to address the legislature. And our first speaker is Terrence Schnur.
Madam Chair, in the few days since I signed up to address the IGR committee on an issue I consider very important and very urgent, I have decided it is more important that I address several committees tonight on what is the most important and urgent issue any of us have ever faced. Nearly a quarter of a millennium ago, flawed human beings like ourselves brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all of us are created equal. Today, we face a national crisis that tests whether this nation, how long this nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can endure. On Saturday, these concerns brought me to MLK Park at Manhattan Square. I was heartbroken by what I witnessed. Although I heard the words diversity and inclusion, most of the speakers, most notably the two elected officials, were demanding uniformity and exclusion. They focused their speeches on petty intrapartisan complaints and demands for orthodoxy on issues that are unrelated to or tangentially related to the crisis our nation faces. Those of us who believe in Republican values like due process, equality before the law, and freedom of expression and separation of powers must put aside our past differences and subordinate our present differences and speak in one voice in defense of the principles on which this republic was built. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank you. Is there anyone else signed up to speak? No? Okay. The next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. You have the December 17th, 2024 minutes before you. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. The next item on the agenda is new business. Mr. Clerk.
Referral 25-0134, enact a local law entitled Waiver of Residency Requirement for Attorneys Employed by Monroe County.
Moved by legislator Baines, seconded by Majority Leader Udelson. Is there any discussion? Legislator Brew.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Through you to the administration. I know that for it's ongoing that the County of Monroe strives to find talent in professional services within our own Monroe County community. But I also understand if there is a requirement for those professional services that aren't need to be filled, that might be necessitating this referral. My question to the chair of the administration, in lieu of asking for a list of the other counties that are also doing the same thing, waiving the residency requirements. Could you give me an idea, if you do know, what the percentage of counties across our state has also waived its residencies?
Through the chair, we can get a more comprehensive list across for the entire state. What I do know, and I think all of the legal departments have experienced, is that all of our neighboring counties do not require residency. So that has affected, I can speak for the law department. I'm happy to, I know we have a representative from the district attorney's office here. It affects us in two ways. We can't hire out of county candidates when I think anyone in the legal industry would tell you that recruitment is a challenge right now. And conversely, we can lose people to our neighboring counties who can hire from out of county. So I know that from direct experience, I know Genesee, Livingston, Wayne, and Ontario all do not require residency. And a number of counties across the state have adopted these exceptions. So we can get a more comprehensive list, but I know the practice is widespread.
Through the chair of the administration, that would your response would indicate to me that with the neighboring counties that we are aware of, most of them, if not all of them, have waived those requirements. So there's really no need to get back to me. A second question I had to the chair of the administration is, could you summarize the types of positions that are currently open? Are you, number one, the number of current openings there are within the law department? And number two, what level of attorneys are you looking for? Are you looking for a certain number of entry-level attorneys, or are you looking for a number of experienced attorneys with specific training in one particular area?
Through the chair, speaking for the law department, I'm happy to report we only have one vacancy right now. If you know any civil litigators who are looking for a gig, we would be happy to talk to them. We find we just hired our biggest recruitment challenge is typically in our family court units for trial attorneys. So the challenge, which I think this helps address, is typically they're what I would refer to as line attorneys, right? The folks that we need to go to court every day. So the ideal candidate has some experience because it's really challenging to jump into that as a true entry level position, but not necessarily the most experience. And I'll note the local law ensures that leadership positions in all of the various law departments, law department, district attorney, conflict defender, public defender, would all have to still live in Monroe County. So this is really designed to just broaden our recruitment pool so that we can attract candidates for the positions we're having difficulty attracting.
Okay.
And we have a representative from the district attorney's office who I think could comment on their recruiting needs as well.
Dodd Stubb from the district attorney's office. To echo the county attorney's concerns and statements, I can tell you that we currently have 15 attorney vacancies. They are at entry, medium, and as you approach upper level. So we need attorneys with all skill sets. And I can tell you that anecdotally, as the enforcer of the Monroe County residency requirement, I have had to tell people where they can and can't purchase homes, apartment complexes that they can and can't rent in. I've had to tell younger recent law school graduates that they can't come home and live with their parents because they need to live inside Monroe County. So I think this would be a tremendous relief for us, and hopefully assist with recruitment.
Yeah. Yes, to the chair, a follow-up question to the district attorney's office. So if you were able to magically attract 15 attorneys by waiving this residency requirement, would there be funding within the DA's budget to support all of those positions?
Just looking at Bob, through the chair, my budget has the funding for all of the positions.
That's good to know. And just a couple more questions. To the chair of the administration, could you give us a quick snapshot of what the vacancy rates may be with the public defender and also the conflict defender? And if not readily available, it'd be fine to get back to me at a later date.
Through the chair, we will get that information back. I'll just note that we've obviously spoken extensively with both the public defender and the conflict defender, and they are also very much in support of this.
Okay, and my last question, I promise. You mentioned adjoining counties. Would that mean counties that their boundaries are physically touching Monroe County?
Through the chair, yes, that's exactly what it means.
Thank you. I yield the floor.
Is there any other discussion? Legislator Baines?
Thank you, Ms. Chairwoman. There are positions, management positions, as I understand it, through you to the administration, that still will require a residency in Monroe County. Is that correct?
Through the chair, that is correct. If you look at the way that's addressed is if you look at the definition of attorney under the proposed local law, it shall not mean anyone in a position in pay group 22 or above.
Correct. So the attorneys who want to move up into management positions will, if they live outside the county, they would have to move into the county to seek those opportunities. Is that correct through you, Ms. Chairwoman?
Through the chair, that's correct.
Thank you.
Is there any other discussion? Legislator Morris?
Thank you. Through the chair to the administration, again, for the adjoining counties, was that anything more than just okay, these are the 5 counties that surround us, so travel would be minimal, or was there anything more to that school of thought?
Through the chair, it is both. It is ensuring, right, if anyone needs to respond promptly, I would also have to go back, but I think it's the most clearly legally justifiable position.
Is there any other discussion? Legislator Charity?
Yes, just briefly, my experience has shown me that through the chair to the administration, my experience is telling me that there are numerous attorneys that are leaving both the public defender's office and especially the Monroe County District Attorney's office. Other than this waiver of residency requirements, is there any other proposed resolutions or proposals to keep the current attorneys both in the public defender's office and the district attorney's office here in local in our offices?
Through the chair, I think, this is an incremental step. We have taken other incremental steps, including, right, pay is improved relative to what it has been. Our HR director noted reminded me that specifically with the Public Defender's Office, they have use of telework policies, other things that would encourage retention. So I know those are things that all of the offices are working on consistently. I know that both, I think I'll let the DA's office speak for themselves. I know the Public Defender's Office has also engaged in, some more extensive outreach efforts, recruitment efforts out of law school.
Thank you.
Is there any other discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Is there anyone opposed? Item carries. Are there any other matters to come before this committee? There being no other matters, the April 22nd, 2025 meeting of the Agenda Charter Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting of the Agenda Charter Committee will be Monday, May 19th, 2025 at 5 p.m.